Hello everyone, we are from Group 1 and today we are going to present the results of our discussion about an article titled Education Fiasco Discursive Strategies of the School Zone System in Tempo, written by Agus Andriani and Fuad Abdullah. This article discusses how Tempo media presents ideology, power, and criticism of government policies, especially in the context of the school zoning system. The purpose of our presentation is to explain how the authors analyze media discourse to demonstrate how ideology, power, and criticism are constructed, and how Tempo uses language strategies to resist government policies. Next, the presentation will be delivered by Gerrald.
All right. All right. Thank you for the moderator. Next one, I will explain about the overview of Wodak's approach. The importance of using the Wodak's approach. Wodak's approach is considered as the social, political, and historical context behind the discourse. This makes the analysis more in-depth and relevant to the reality. It also helps the researchers identify how certain ideologies are included in the text either explicitly or implicitly. The discourse structure of Wodak's approach consists of 5 points. Number 1 is nomination strategies, prediction. Number 2 is predication strategies. Number 3 is argumentation strategies. Number 4 is perspectivization strategism. Number 5 is intensification or mitigation strategies. It can be concluded that how this concept of language and power are integral to the article's analysis. The researchers uses DHA to unpack how discursive strategies serve as mechanism for either upholding or challenging power structures, with Tempo's language acting as a counter-narrative to the government authoritative discourse.
All right, thank you. Next is step-by-step data analysis process. Okay, on the step 1 is data analysis. The data were collected using qualitative analysis, namely textual analysis. Step 2 is contextual analysis. The data context used in Wodak's approach is the social and historical context. And step 3, discourse analysis. In Wodak's framework, the specific discourse structure analysis is the context of the school zone system are nomination strategies that analyze persons, objects, phenomena, or events, processes, and action named and referred to linguistically. Number 2, predication strategies that analyze characteristics, qualities, and features attributed to social actors, objects, phenomena, or events, and actions. Number 3, argumentation strategies that analyze arguments employed in a discourse. Number 4, perfectification strategies that analyze perspectives, express nominations, attribution, and arguments. And number 5, intensification and mitigation strategies that analyze respective utterances articulated overtly that intensifies or mitigated. For the next step, I hand it to Lauza, please.
All right. Step 4, ideological analysis. In this stage involves uncovering the ideologies that underpin the discursive strategies used. The text from the findings reveal about power relation and institutional authority, media, and then with government ideology, and also victimization ideology. Step 5, interpretation of findings. This step contains interpreting what the discursive strategies and ideologies suggest about the larger social context and implication. There is 3 points. The first is critical of government implementation. The findings suggest ineffective policies implementation as expressed through arguments in Tempo's article. The media critiques not the aim to the policy, but its poor execution, implying the disconnect between policy and goals, policy's goal and public reality. Number two, social impact, denomination, and prediction strategies. Example reference to confusion, protest, registration issues show that policy harm rather than help contain stakeholders, especially students and parents. And then number three is call for reform through the lens of DHA. The text position the media as urging the government to adopt a more inclusive and thoughtful approach to policymaking. Discourse analyze language, construct ideology position, shaping attention to institutional power and its consequences for everyday citizens. And then, next point by Dzikry.
For the example of data collection, Wodak's approach uses qualitative analysis, namely textual analysis. It can be seen from the article that collects the data from news articles from Tempo. And step two, there is contextual analysis. Wodak's approach applies the social and historical context. It can be seen from the article that writes Tempo's legacy as a critical media since the New Order regime. It also shows the public protest against the school zone application that can bring unequal access to education. In the step three, there is discourse analysis, namely nomination. Nomination can be seen by labeling of Muhajir Effendi as an actor and victims of the school zone systems as objects. Predication can be seen from the labeling of Muhajir Effendi as a powerful person to change policy and the school zone system as an unprepared policy. Argumentation can be seen by Tempo showing the good intention of the government to conduct the school zone system, but then Tempo argues that the implementation of school zone system is just ineffective. Perspectivization can be seen by Tempo posits itself as a critical media to criticize Muhajir Effendi as an education and culture minister or a representative of the government. Intensification and mitigation can be seen by Tempo mitigates the school zone system to be stopped without any consideration. And in step four, ideological analysis from the article, Tempo shows itself to be a media that promotes social justice and posits itself to be with the people while contrasting the government's policy that seems to harm people. In the step five, there is interpretation of the findings from the article. Tempo shows that media can be a counterpower to government, and language can be used to make social change by advocating for systemic changing. The next I will give to Yeni.
So the conclusion is Tempo strongly rejects the school zoning system policy, which is considered ineffective and causes problems for the community. Tempo expresses its disagreement by presenting the perspective of affected groups such as parents who were confused about how to register their children for school. And then one of the discourse strategies used by Tempo is the use of the word we to show its position as a victim disadvantaged by the school zoning system. Wodak's approach has proven effective in analyzing the data because it was able to reveal the ideology hidden behind the media text. This approach is highly relevant for future research, especially in analyzing various types of public discourse. In addition, this research can help people understand how language is used as a tool of resistance against the domination of power. Maybe that's all from our group. We hope this presentation was useful and insightful. Thank you so much for watching. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.